Hi folks, right, we're back to the saga of the Hudson Super 6 1925 Gemma steering box. Part 1 showed the box as removed from the car with an awful lot of slack between the steering column and the shaft coming out, the Pitman arm shaft. So a reference was had to this illustration in the Hudson service gear group, and if you recall from the previous video, this brass bush was actually projecting out to about 8 to 10 millimeters towards the spline part, and the adjustment in the manual refers to removing a locking pin retainer and a lock pin. The locking pin retainer is a small spring-loaded wire running around these equally spaced holes, and what there is supposed to be is a pin below one of them corresponding with a hole in the bush, which you can move to different points on the face of that, and tighten the eccentric bush till you've got just the right mesh you want without binding. But because this was part way out, it wouldn't have engaged with any pin, but in fact no pin was to be found. So clearly in service the bush had worked its way out because it wasn't retained by a locking pin, and furthermore it had turned itself round so that the thinnest part of the eccentric bush was actually down here at the 6 o'clock position, and now we brought it round to the 9 o'clock position or thereabouts and brought it into proper mesh. So effectively there was no adjustment at all of the mesh. It was as the worm wheel and the worm were as far apart as the design of the box would have allowed, and this bush was playing no role in bringing them into proper mesh. So it's now been pushed into its correct depth. It was then a tool was made up, rather like there's an illustration in here of this is it. Yeah, steering gear eccentric bushing wrench, rather confusingly illustrated with 3 little teeth on the end, and it's a hollow tube that goes over the splined part, and then you've got a T-bar. But in fact, as you can see, there's only one little slot cut in it, and it was just necessary to make another piece of pipe with a little tooth welded onto it, and that served to turn it. Once it was in the right position, it didn't actually engage with any hole in the bushing, so it was drilled down. It's a 1/8 pin it would take. It was drilled down so it went through the bush, and a 1/8 diameter pin, which I guess would be about, I don't know, 10 mil long or slightly less, was put in, and then the retaining spring in, so it can't come out now and it can't rotate, so it's all held exactly as it should be. And the situation now is that it's going back in the car as soon as possible, which might be in the next hour and a half. It'll all get coupled back up, and a test run over the same piece of uneven street in the adjoining village. So once again, grateful thanks are due to John at Thomas J. McKean Engineering, Precision Engineers in Dumfries, for being able to do this so quickly after it was delivered on Monday morning. We had a bit of head scratching to work out what was wrong, because the bush was sticking out, and that threw everyone off the scent a bit, but once that was realised it was in the wrong position, it was very straightforward after that. So excellent.